Well, this is Abram Pilch here at the Acer booth at Mobile World Congress, and we're taking a look at the revolutionary Acer Iconia Smart smartphone. This is Acer's first smartphone that's going to come to the U.S., and it's got some really interesting specs on here, including, as first thing you'll notice, it's got a 4.8-inch screen that is a whopping 1024 pixels wide by 480. Or 1024 high, depending on how you have it oriented, but 1024 by 480, which means that you're going to get really great web surfing and really great, lots of real estate. It's got a 1 gigahertz processor in here, which we believe is a Qualcomm. It's got it's running Android 2.3 Gingerbread, but with a really unique Acer skin over it with some awesome apps that we're going to take a look at in a minute. Just to take a quick look around the phone, obviously it is pretty big with a 4.8-inch screen. You've got over here on the side, you've got your volume rocker and your power. Back, you've got an 8-megapixel camera. On the front, there's a 1.3 megapixel for video chat. On the side over here, you've got your USB connector, on the top here, you've got a power button and a headphone jack. Let's get into the software. So as you can see, you've got a desktop over here with a nice little background. You've got some interesting social widgets here. When we get over onto this side of the desktop, we have this widget, which is really kind of neat, which allows us to kind of flip through web pages that we've seen and pick them. We're not going to tap one because we have no internet over here in the booth. So let's go back over a couple. Here's a widget for the social jogger, which we'll get into in a minute. Absolutely awesome looking app from Acer. And over here is another widget that is showing your graphics, and if there was more than one, you could flip through them here. Now you'll notice at the bottom of the screen here, where's my apps button? Well, you've got these shortcuts down here to calls and your contacts and your messaging and music. Pull this up, and now we're at the apps menu, and that is something you see. That is something you see that we haven't seen before. So if we're looking here, there's obviously a lot of standard Android apps on this phone, but if we go into the social jogger, that's something really unique to Acer. So you can see over here, you can kind of have a whole bunch of feeds, and you can flip through them, and you see, whoa, this 3D effect as I flip through them. Photos, notifications, and of course at the bottom there's always the opportunity to post your own stuff, which is really neat. So getting back to the list of apps here, there's one called Home Decor, which is kind of a neat little settings app from Acer. That's kind of cool. There's Media Server here, which is not set up obviously, but will allow you to do some sharing. That's really neat. Obviously looking in here, there's a couple other things. There's Acer Clarify, which allows you to do media sharing. Once again, not going to really work well here, but you can sort of see what it would do is provide you sharing across devices, which is really neat. One thing that we have noticed here, though, the buttons, which are physical buttons, are a little bit stiff, but otherwise this is really quite neat, and we're very interested and excited to see what's going on there. You can sort of see the pull down notifications and what that looks like. We're very interested and excited to see what the Acer Iconia Smart is like when we get it in our hands in the US.